Let's see what you say.
Okay, Neil. Neil, first of all, I just want to ask about a player and his tenure at his club. I suppose Jonathon Hogg, 314 games at Huddersfield. I was trying to go back and do the research to see if was any other player in your professional career that has played under you have so many appearances for the one club. And the player probably that stood out was Phil Jagielka. During your time at Sheffield United, over the 7 years that you were there, 268 appearances, Neil, for Phil Jagielka at Sheffield United. Do you see sort of similarities in the personalities between Phil and Jonathon that they've lasted so long at one club?
Yeah, I mean, they were both managers' dreams, you know. I mean, you know, Hoggy can fall out in a room on his own, don't get me wrong. But he is a manager's dream, and Phil was. Phil was only a young lad. I gave him his debut with Michael Tong, who's here now, and Nick Montgomery, who's just taken over at Hibernian. Those three were real young lads, and I just loved their attitude. And it makes me proud to see how they've gone on in their career, the three of them. And it just shows you what it's like for Hoggy to do that so many games. I mean, that's probably a 20% of the games that I've done.
Yeah. And, Neil, I suppose I'll bring you on to Rotherham at the weekend now, and I suppose you mentioned they're liking to see Rotherham doing well, and I suppose this summer they lost their marquee player, Benny, went to the Premier League. Most managers last year in the Championship, when they played Rotherham, they set up a plan to curb Benny's influence, and he's gone now. They've lost him, and you probably know when a club loses their marquee player, it's very hard to replace at times. And do you think that Benny's loss, Rotherham are going to feel it as the season wears on this year?
I think we're all in the Championship, when we're not one of the top clubs, you know, the top 7 or 8 that have unlimited funds. I think you understand that you know at some stage you're going to lose the odd player. You know, I remember signing Danny Ward from Rotherham, you know, and he was their star player. Are you with me? So I think at some stage you're going to do that. But you've always got an alternative up your sleeve. And, you know, I don't think they've missed him as much as what you think they would do. I think they've done well. And I think they've created chances in every game as well. So they're a bit like us. They'll just be glad to get on board with the first win and looking forward to the rest of the season now. But it is an achievement, definitely. Because you don't get loyalty now, do you? You know, I laugh at the Premier League when they score a goal and they kiss the badge, and I think to myself, I wonder if they'll be coming to a reunion in 10 years. You know, they're at another club 3 weeks later. It's loyalty is a funny thing that you don't see it very often, and it's nice. It's nice for Jonathon because he got a testimonial as well. I've said I referee that one if he wants.
And Neil, just on Delano coming in from Germany, coming in from Mainz, obviously when you bring in a foreign player and you bring in from a foreign country, and there's always that bit of nervousness as a manager in terms of how quick will he settle, how quick will he adapt, will he be able to find his feet? So how delighted were you to see him hit the back of the net and to get that sense of relief? Now he's scored a goal in England. He doesn't have that hanging on his shoulders for the next one or two
I think,
games.
and also his contribution was very good in the game. Once again, Danny did a lot of work. Danny gets criticised, Danny Ward, but does a lot of work off the ball, which I think allowed Del. I call him Del Boy at times. It allows Del to get more involved, and you know I do talk to Del a lot on the fact that you know England football, Championship football, is so different to what he's been used to. But you know you not just got to try and get him to do one or two other things for you. As I've reminded him, a lot of people in the Championship haven't got what he's got. So don't knock yourself that you can't do this, you can't do that. A lot of people wishes they had his ability. So we've just got to try and put a little bit more of the English game into him, and we'll have a player on our hands. You know, definitely. I've been really pleased with him. I've told him, you know, I think he's lucky that he's come to a club like this where I believe in him, and I think there's more to come from him in the next few weeks.
And Neil, do you like a dressing room where there's diverse nationalities and different cultures? Take Huddersfield, you have a player from Japan, you have players from different countries, players from Africa. Do you sort of like that as a manager, where you have diverse people from all over the world in terms of footballing ability, rather than just having your traditional English, Irish, Scottish, Wales players?
Yeah, I think because the way that I manage, I need lads to speak English, really. They've got to get my humour. Like when I went in this morning, Delano had a top on. I've never seen out like him. You know, I asked him what his mother were wearing today, because it must be his mother's top. You know, and he just a big smile on his face. Now, if he didn't speak English, you wouldn't get that, would it?
Yeah.
So I think the humour that I've always had in my press conferences and in my dressing rooms is been one of the main reasons why I'm still doing it, because I do love making people smile. I love making lads feel important and getting the best out of them. And, you know, that's what I've been doing the last few weeks, trying to give us that little bit more. And I can't be any happier than at the moment. So I hope they take it into the game against Rotherham. But, you know, it'll be down to them now.
And my final question, just moving aside a bit away from Huddersfield Town, I just want to talk to Birmingham City and the start they've had to the Championship so far. All around this buzz of Tom Brady coming in, the hype all the summer, linking Tom Brady to Birmingham City. Do you think there's been a rub-on sort of effect? It's really got Birmingham City, the crowd, excited around one of the big traditional places of English sort of football. This guy just being attracted to American football superstar, being linked to Birmingham City, and all of a sudden their fortunes seem to have gone from lower league Championship up to the top of the Championship now.
I don't think Wrexham's done any harm for everybody regarding the media and the American, you know, hoo-ha. I think that's what, you know, I think that's what they like about the English game, really. I mean, Birmingham have deserved a little bit. Look, the fans, you know, the place has been falling to pieces. It's been terrible to go there. They've not had any team spirit. They've had, you know, they've had differences of opinion with their owners for a while, you know. And I think it's, you know, it's a good footballing club, Birmingham. And I think the fans deserve the opportunity. Like, I mean, you know, they spent a few quid now this summer, haven't they? They deserve, and the manager Eustace, I think he's done a decent job as well. So it's always nice to see clubs like that. The fans having something to, you know, it's a film star, isn't it? You know, sort of thing. And I just think it's nice because that's what we're in. We're in it to please the fans, and you know, it's one of those things that I don't think many clubs deserve it more than Birmingham after what the fans have been through there. I mean, I think last time I went there, there were only one stand open, weren't there? Or it might have been two, you know. So I think they deserve a bit of happiness.
On that note, we'll leave it there, Neil. Thanks a million.
Hey, let me just finish on Birmingham, right? When I went there about 3 years ago, right, there was a young lad in midfield, and I said to my lad, get sorted him, just sort him out. He's only a kid. He won't be able to stop with you. You know who that was, don't you?
Yeah.
He come off after the game, the lad, and said, are you sure he's 17? Bellingham,
Yeah.
what a
Good
player.
judge. What a player. Thanks for your time, Neil. Cheers, mate.
Okay, everyone. See you on Saturday. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right. What was it?